NorCal. 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
This kind of leads us into the next topic. While I'm bringing that one, you
Go ahead.
don't do this one. You'll bring up the next one, right? And I wanted to do this one because you're on the panel as well. Because I feel like I grew up with a dad who was a nurse, and every time we got sick, my dad never wanted to go to the fucking hospital. We had this box that wherever he was working, he'd bring home and put it in the box, and there'd be like extra antibiotics, extra fucking, like, I'll do it here. I remember, which arm is it? This one. I fucking wrecked on my bike, and I came home and shit's bleeding, and I was like, we need to go to the hospital. He's like, nope, go get the box, right? And he put some chemical shit that he had, like burned the shit, made sure, and I was like, you could at least sutured it up, motherfucker, right?
Sorry, not in the box.
Yeah. And he was like, well, no sutures this week. Now I know what to take from work next week, right?
I'll steal some at work, son. Don't worry about it.
He borrowed. He just never brought it back. But I always thought this shit was like common, but I guess I'm realizing certain shit isn't common, and I think it's come more to light because of COVID. Because, and again, we're not going to talk about COVID, right? But we are going to talk about the fact that the shit that I see, like there's that nurse on TikTok, the Filipino dude, the one that, hey motherfuckers, you know that dude?
Oh, fuck that! He's not even a nurse.
He's not,
and he doesn't even work now.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Fuck that little bitch. I will say whatever his name is. He doesn't even deserve to have his name said on this podcast.
Wow.
I like some of his videos for the fact that to me, I feel like that working sometimes, where I'm like people believe, again, maybe that's the way we've trained them. They believe the moment they get sick, I need to go see a doctor and they need to fix this. Where you're like, dude, what have you done to this point? How long have you been sick? Let's start asking these questions. Like, my son would tell me, Dad, I had a fever. I'm like, how? It was 100.1. I'm like, that's not even a fever, son.
Look
not
at
until
you,
it's
nurse.
100.5. Like, I'm like, stop it. Did you start drinking some water? Did you put some electrolytes in you? Did you take Tylenol and Motrin and alternate those? And again, these are like simple things that you talk to most people, and then especially if they don't have kids, because hopefully you've learned through your own kids getting sick, right, to what to do to yourself, where you don't know how many people come with flu symptoms that have been sick for like half a day to the ER. And I'm like, all you're doing is making sure you get everybody else sick in the fucking ER. Stay your bitch ass at home and try to fight this yourself. And I tell people, one of the things that I do that I wanted to share is there's a reason you're having a fever. Your body is trying to fight the infection. Let it. Don't go and fucking pop Tylenol the first minute. Or at least I don't. This is what I don't do.
Oh, I'm a wimp. I pop Tylenol the first minute.
I let myself boil a little bit until I can't take it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm at 102 now. Like, it's time to fucking pop some Tylenol and get this shit
You
going
pop
down,
that
right?
Tylenol if you want, audience. It's okay.
Where I just believe, like I said, and then I'll take showers. I believe, like, just...
What do you say about taking showers?
Like... That's a new thing now, right?
What's that?
Showers?
Yeah.
Taking showers is a new thing
When you're
for
hot.
you?
No, not for me. I fucking take like 4 showers a day because I'm fat, right? But they've got this new thing that, oh, well, most people, because back in the days we didn't take showers. You should only take them every 3 days now.
That's nasty.
That's gross, right?
Sorry.
But
Who's saying this?
I was saying like congestion. What do you do when you have congestion, right? Is when a person's telling me they can't breathe, like, okay, wedge some pillows underneath you. Get a little bit elevated.
Vicks
like,
Vapor Rub.
yeah.
Everything.
Vicks, yes.
All over your body, and you just hang out.
Where-
Vicks is the answer.
So, were either one of your parents in the medical field?
Yeah, my dad was a medic in the Army.
Okay. All right. So you probably got treated the same way then, right?
Exactly the same.
How often did you go to the hospital?
I had pancreatitis one time, and I sat at home for 3 days with my hand over my stomach until my mom was like, fuck this shit, I'm bringing her in. Pancreatitis.
Damn.
She could have died.
Like that sounds like something deadly. I don't know what that is, but it
My
sounds
dad's
like.
like, no, just drink water. Just drink water.
Wow. Did you get over it?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, damn, that's wild.
Once they gave her the antibiotic she needed.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
So, how much do you know common sense wise, Rudy, when it comes to medical shit? Do you try to treat yourself? Are you one of them
I don't go to the doctor.
people?
I don't go to the doctor. I'm scared of knowing what's going on inside my body. And honestly, I just hope
I'm here for a good time, not for a long time.
honestly, and I mean this, but I just hope I die abruptly. Like my wish, no, seriously, like my wish is that I just die fast, somehow, some way.
When's your birthday?
He doesn't mean he wants to be murdered. Let's just lay it all out there.
But I'd rather get murdered than get sick and have to go through months of treatment and years of stress that I'm causing because of the treatment. You know, of course, you can't pick and choose. But if I could, I'd rather just have somebody murder me immediately, shot to the back of the head, or get into a terrible car accident, or get hit by a train or something like that. So, but
Damn, he's getting real morbid.
No, it's not being morbid. It's not being morbid. I'm trying to answer his question because he said, how much do you know about the medical field and shit like that? I don't know anything. I don't want to know anything. I just want to live and die. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think,
but I do recognize this though.
When you get sick, bro, I know for me, like I just turn into the biggest bitch, bro. Like I'm just like,
oh, amen. Same.
Right.
That's why I'm amazed you don't take Tylenol for a fever.
Because
I'm just like, whatever.
Because I
we'll
know
get
that
rid of it.
if I sweat it out, the amount of time being sick will be shorter. At least for me, again for me, right? So I know that I'd rather be sick 2 days than 3 days because I feel like shit.
Fair.
Especially when I can't breathe. I already have a deviated septum, so that already causes a problem for me. So when I'm sick and it's all stuffed up or it keeps running, and I'm like, I don't want to be.
But what does it mean to be a big ass bitch? Because like, I feel like, what do you mean you're a big ass bitch when you get sick?
Like, I definitely need some chicken soup, and I need someone to make
How's
sure
that being a bitch?
Like,
how's that being a bitch? You just want soup.
Like,
he wants people to take care of him.
Yeah.
He wants the foot massage.
I think there's this notion that guys turn into big ass babies when we get sick.
Because it's true.
Because honestly, like if it's because people want soup. I don't see how that's.
Stand up and get it yourself.
I mean, no, but that's what I'm asking though. Like, what is it to be a little bitch when you get sick? Because
all right, so
to feel a
swing
certain
it back
way.
over to you, Natasha, since you work with pediatrics.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Does it ever amaze you when a child comes in and you're like, you think to yourself, isn't this common sense? Like, why wouldn't you have checked this with the kid, or when you're talking to the parent, you're like, you haven't, because again, working in the ER as I have too, I'd see a kid come in with a temperature of 104 and it's fucking lethargic and fucked up, and you're like, so what have you given your child? Nothing. He's sick. And I'm like, and yes, mind you, most people don't know this, is kids can compensate a lot longer, right?
Yeah.
So there's that portion. But as a parent too, I'm like, dude, you haven't done fucking nothing for your kid? Like, you know what I mean?
I think you gotta just meet the parents where they are. Like, you cannot blame parents for getting freaked out and going first to the ED or emergency department. Like, I might have those thoughts in the back of my head, but I think medicine needs to be a little bit more compassionate and not react like, what the fuck, you've done nothing for your kid, versus saying like, let me educate you so the next time you know how to do this and this and this first, so you don't have to freak yourself out and come here when you don't need to.
Or get on TikTok and call them motherfuckers, huh? Damn, there you go. See, you brought it way back.
This guy's about to get 100 followers from this podcast.
I fucking hate that little Asian guy.
Really?
Oh, man. He's not even working. He was a tech. And he's not even working as a tech anymore.
Oh, bitch ass.
Again, I think I
Throw the
just like
scrubs
the
away, bro.
videos because half of the shit he talks about sometimes, like you could tell he works somewhere in the medical field.
Or worked.
Worked.
Maybe got fired. Probably got fired.
Because of shit like that, where you're like, man, you really, like I said, I've seen kids show up damn near or.
And I think that's what makes like a good medical provider, whatever level you are, CNA, MD. Good versus better. Like, do you have the compassion to meet the patient where they are and say, I understand why you got freaked out. Like, you don't have the background. You didn't grow up with a dad as a nurse or a dad as a medic. It's okay. I'm going to teach you now. So the next time you don't come in here spreading germs like that.
Cool.
Right?
Well, I tell people, I do want to share this story. I said, as much training as I had, the way I grew up, My son had a febrile seizure one night, and he was probably already having a fever. My ex had him wrapped up, and they were sleeping together, and probably her body heat. I'm gonna blame it on her, right?
Damn, she getting all the business today.
I just thought about it when I was starting.
Bro, you already gave her a rotten vagina.
Blame it on her, but no, that's a joke between us. Is I told her it wasn't your, it wasn't your fucking fault that my kid had a febrile seizure, right? He was sick already, right? And so, all right, woman, there, I'm giving you your just due. But when my kid started, like, he literally started shaking, eyes rolling in the back of his head. All that medical shit went out. I got on the phone so fast, screaming like a little bitch on 911. What do I do? What do I do? And they were like, unclothe your son, put some cold washcloths on him. He'll be, and that started to bring the fever down. Right. He stopped shaking. By the time the ambulance was there, my son was like, why is everybody here? What the fuck, everybody here? And I'm like, and I became that. No, we got to go to the doctor. We got to go see what's wrong. And because, again, I never experienced it.
It hits different.
Fucking, my brother has said the same thing when his son broke his leg at the playground. Some other kid jumped on his leg and cracked it. And he was like, I didn't know what to do. I just, like, everything started. And he goes, I didn't know what the fuck happened to the other kid. Yeah. He goes, I said, I would have kicked the other kid in the face, right? And I said, so I totally understand that. So I guess maybe that's what people that don't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way they're looking at it. So sometimes I try to look at it that way where, you know, that was the one experience where I do say I had a friend and her kid had the same thing happen probably 3 or 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was so funny when she's like, I don't know what's wrong with the baby. And she comes out of the room and I was like, having a febrile seizure. Give me some cold cloths.
I'm the expert now.
And I swear to God, she called the ambulance and shit. But, you know, by the time they showed up, her kid was coming to and everything. And she was like, she thought I was a god or whatever, right? And she was like, oh my God, here, ching, coochie coupon, whenever you want to catch it in.
Coochie coupon? She gave you? They make those? Coochie, look like a food stamp.
Yeah.
If you Rick,
you get enough pussy points, goddammit. You get a coochie coupon.
Said a coochie coupon.
Boy, Charlie Murphy, my main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.